Peptides are some of the most powerful compounds ever researched and developed. Some of the well-researched benefits of peptides are metabolic and endocrine health, musculoskeletal and structural repair, skin, hair and cartilage regeneration, brain and cognitive enhancement, immune and inflammatory modulation, cardiovascular and vascular support, reproductive health, as well as reverse the aging process. Some of the biggest pharmaceutical breakthroughs of the last decade are peptide-based, and yet they are chemically fragile, biologically unstable, easily destroyed. So how are these molecules designed to survive inside the human body? How are they manufactured with pharmaceutical precision? And why do they degrade so easily compared to most small molecule drugs? Today, we're going deep into the science behind peptide design, synthesis, purification, and stability. Part 1. What a peptide really is. At the most basic level, a peptide is a short chain of amino acids linked together by peptide bonds. Amino acids are the building blocks. The peptide bond is the chemical linkage between them. If proteins are full novels made of hundreds of amino acids, peptides are short sentences, usually between 2 and 40 amino acids in therapeutic use. That small size gives peptides two huge advantages. They can bind very specifically to biological receptors. They often mimic natural signaling molecules, but it also gives them two huge disadvantages. They are easily recognized and broken down by enzymes. They are structurally flexible and chemically reactive. Unlike small synthetic drugs, peptides look natural to the body, and the body is built to regulate and degrade natural peptides constantly. How peptides are designed. Designing a peptide isn't about randomly assembling amino acids. It's about precision biological engineering. Step 1. Identify the biological target. Everything starts with a receptor, enzyme, or signaling pathway involved in disease. Researchers ask, which receptor drives the condition? What natural molecule activates it? Can we mimic or block that signal? Many peptides are inspired by natural hormones like insulin, GLP-1 growth hormone-releasing peptides. Somatostatin nature provides the starting template, but natural peptides usually don't make good treatments. Why? Because they degrade too fast. Step 2. Improve binding specificity. Scientists study the 3D interaction between peptide and receptor. Using structural biology and computational modeling, they determine which amino acids are critical for binding, which ones can be modified, which positions tolerate substitutions. Even swapping a single amino acid can increase potency, reduce off-target activity, improve receptor selectivity, but modifications can also reduce activity. So it becomes an iterative optimization process. Step 3. Improve stability and half-life. Here's where peptide engineering becomes sophisticated. Natural peptides often have half-lives measured in minutes. To extend duration, researchers use strategies like lipidation, attaching a fatty acid chain. This allows the peptide to bind albumin in the blood, slowing clearance. PEGylation, attaching polyethylene glycol. This increases size and reduces kidney filtration. Cyclization, forming a circular peptide. Circular peptides resist enzymatic breakdown better than linear ones. D-amino acid substitution. Most natural amino acids are L-form. Enzymes recognize L-forms easily. Replacing certain positions with D-amino acids can dramatically improve stability. Terminal modification, capping the N-terminus or C-terminus, reduces degradation from exapeptidases. Every change improves one property, but may compromise another. How peptides are manufactured. Now let's move from design to production. Most therapeutic peptides are manufactured using solid-phase peptide synthesis, SPPS. This method revolutionized peptide chemistry. Step 1. Resin attachment. The first amino acid is chemically attached to a solid resin bead. This bead acts like a microscopic anchor. The peptide grows while attached to this solid support. Step 2. Protection chemistry: amino acids have reactive groups. If left unprotected, they would react randomly. So chemists use protective groups, commonly FMOC chemistry. Each cycle includes deprotection, remove protective group, activation, prepare next amino acid, coupling, form peptide bond. Washing: this process repeats for every amino acid. If the peptide has 30 amino acids, that's 29 repetitive cycles. One incomplete coupling step creates a truncated impurity. Precision matters. Step 3. Cleavage and global deprotection. Once synthesis is complete, the peptide is cleaved from the resin. Side chain protecting groups are removed. A crude mixture is collected. At this stage, the product contains full-length peptide, shortened sequences, deletion variants, oxidized forms, chemical byproducts. It is not yet pharmaceutical grade. Step 4. Purification, critical step. Purification is typically done using high-performance liquid chromatography, HPLC. HPLC separates molecules based on polarity and interaction with the column. Even a single missing amino acid slightly changes retention time. The correct peak is collected, but purification reduces yield. High purity often means lower overall output. Step 5. Analytical confirmation. Purity alone is not enough. Manufacturers use mass spectrometry, MS, confirms molecular weight. Analytical HPLC confirms purity percentage. Amino acid analysis, endotoxin testing, residual solvent testing. Pharmaceutical grade manufacturing follows strict GMP standards. Any deviation affects stability and safety. Why peptides degrade? This is the critical section. Peptides degrade for 3 main reasons. 1. Enzymatic breakdown. The human body is full of proteases. These enzymes exist to cut peptide bonds. They are found in the stomach, pepsin; the small intestine, trypsin; chymotrypsin; the bloodstream, inside cells. If taken orally, most peptides are destroyed before absorption. Even when injected, blood enzymes begin degrading them immediately. 2. Chemical instability. Peptides are chemically sensitive. Common degradation pathways include oxidation, especially at methionine and cysteine, demidation, asparagine and glutamine residues, hydrolysis, water-mediated bond cleavage, aggregation. Peptides sticking together. Heat accelerates all reactions. Moisture accelerates hydrolysis. Light can induce oxidation. Even oxygen exposure can degrade certain sequences. 3. Physical instability. Peptides can adsorb to glass or plastic surfaces, precipitate in solution form, aggregates, denature when shaken excessively. This is why many peptides are stored, refrigerated, supplied as lyophilized powders, reconstituted shortly before use. Even small temperature deviations during shipping can affect stability. 4. Rapid renal clearance. Small peptides are filtered quickly by the kidneys. If the molecule is too small, it gets cleared rapidly. That's why increasing molecular size via lipidation or PE-gylation improves half-life. Formulation science. Manufacturing peptides is only half the challenge. Formulating it into a stable product is another science entirely. Formulators must consider pH stability, range buffer systems, stabilizing excipients, oxidation inhibitors, aggregation suppressors. Some peptides are stable only in very narrow pH windows. Others require specific salts to remain soluble. This is pharmaceutical engineering at a molecular level. Why quality control matters? Because peptides degrade easily, quality control is everything. A peptide that starts at 99% purity can drop if stored improperly, exposed to moisture, subjected to temperature cycling, handled without protection from oxidation. Batch-to-batch variability is a serious issue in non-regulated environments. This is why GMP manufacturing, validated analytical methods, and stability studies are critical in legitimate pharmaceutical production. Peptide stability is not optional. It determines efficacy and safety. Conclusion: peptides look simple, just chains of amino acids. But behind every therapeutic peptide is advanced biological targeting, structural optimization, precision chemical synthesis, multi-stage purification, rigorous analytical testing, careful formulation science. And even after all that, they remain fragile, sensitive to heat, sensitive to moisture, sensitive to enzymes, sensitive to time. That fragility is not a flaw. It's the price of biological specificity. And that's what makes peptide science one of the most technically demanding and rapidly evolving areas in modern medicine. If you want more deep dives into the world of peptides, subscribe, because the peptide world is far more beneficial than most people realize.